Let's do a half up, half down claw clip style with clip-ins and a couple of tracks. Now, y'all know I'm a lazy girl, so I put my hair in a little small bun in the back of my head, and the way I get the bun to not show is I add a couple of clip-ins to the bun itself, so that way it blends in. So I'm just going through and adding in the clip-ins on the back half of my head, and on this part, I don't have leave out, but I'm banking on having the ponytail low enough to cover the clip-ins. And for this style, I'm using 2 packs of the She Slays First clip-ins, and I'm using the clip-ins for the half up, half down, and like the ponytail part. The way you make sure the ponytail is covering these clip-ins is you want to put the ponytail at like a 90-degree angle on your head, okay? So it's not gonna be a high pony, it's gonna give more like of a Barbie pony, okay? Now onto these tracks. I felt like a slant part would really give for this style, so I'm literally just parting out a tiny section, and that's where I'm gonna lay these tracks. And y'all, my glue was stuck. Look at this. Terrible. But once I put the glue on, I literally just apply it where I want and dry that, and boom, look at the blend. And from there, I'm face framing just a little bit before I do my curls. And y'all, when I tell y'all I love these automatic curlers, TikTok shops stay taking my money, but when I tell y'all they can have all my money for these curlers, they can have all my money. Like, take out my money right now. You know what, let me just give you the routing and account number, because y'all, get into the hair. She did not come to play. That's how I know it's cute. When I'm dancing, it's cute. Oh my gosh. Anyways, y'all gotta try this hairstyle, because get into it. Please. Please. There's a place downtown where the bricks will come around. It's a hole in the wall. It's a dirty free-for-all.
Before we get into it, I just want to say, and don't be mad, you don't need any hair growing tips. Your hair is already growing, and despite what people who are trying to sell you oils and supplements say, you can't really make your hair grow any faster. You can only make your hair grow to its fullest potential. If you really think that your hair isn't growing, you should probably get checked out by a doctor, because that's a bigger issue than an oil is going to cure. With that being said, you don't need hair growing tips. You need length retention tips, and that's what I'm going to tell you today. Tip number 1 is to find a routine and stick with it. I do my hair on a weekly basis. As you do your hair consistently, the health of your hair will start to improve. The feeling and how much moisture your hair holds will all start to improve. You'll learn a lot about your hair and what it needs, what it likes, and what it doesn't like. And also, you'll be able to catch issues before they start. Tip number 2, and this is actually my number 1 tip, but I didn't want you guys to jump me. Leave your hair alone. You have to leave it alone and just let it do what it wants to do. I wash my hair once a week, and do you know what I do between Sunday to Sunday? Nothing. I do not touch my hair. I don't refresh it. I don't add any extra product in. I leave my hair alone. If it looks crazy and I need to put it in a ponytail, I put it in a ponytail, but I don't add any additional gel. I don't slick down my edges. I don't do no baby hair, nothing like that. I'm natural. My hair is frizzy. It's okay. A lot of you guys get what you think are protective styles, but you're constantly changing the protective style and therefore constantly manipulating your hair by blowing it out, having your edges yanked on. All of that causes stress and damage to your hair, and if you really are serious about growing your hair out, you really need to leave it alone. When I was younger, people would often call me tenderhead because I never had my hair done, but you know what they couldn't call me? Bald head. Leave your hair alone and it will grow. I promise. Tip number 3 is to keep your hair moisturized. So the reason that a lot of you think your hair is not growing is because it's breaking at a similar rate as it is growing. So it looks like nothing's happening. Your hair is probably dry. Dry hair breaks, and that's going to destroy all the length that you have. So you need to find products that work for you, and also remember that water is your best friend. Hydration and moisture are 2 different things. Hydration comes from water, and it's really important. When I get into the shower, I let my hair get saturated by the water for about 5 to 10 minutes before I even apply any products. And all the products that I apply to my hair are applied to soaking wet hair in order to keep the hydration that I got from the water locked in. It's kind of like if you just keep applying chapstick, but you haven't drank water in a week. Like, you need to get to the root of the problem. You need to let water hit your hair. Tip number 4 is to always be gentle with your hair. I do think some people go a little bit overboard and make it seem like you can't do anything to natural hair, but it is important to always be mindful of how you're treating your hair. Be nice to it, take your time, go slow, because there's a potential for breakage and damage with everything that you do, and you really want to minimize that, especially during the detangling process, since it happens once a week. Make sure that your hair is fully saturated with water and conditioner, that you're starting from the tips and working your way up, and that you're just taking your time. Be nice to your hair. Tip number 5, advice that I really need to take myself, but please don't judge me because curly cuts literally cost your soul. You need to be regularly getting your hair trimmed. Trimming your hair helps prevent split ends and breakage, which is obviously going to ruin your length. I have like a million single strand knots right now, and all those single strand knots make my hair get super tangled, which means that when I do detangle my hair, I experience some breakage, which could all be avoided with a simple haircut. This is the oldest, most fragile part of your hair, and it could cause some problems if you just let it rock. You need to just chop it off. You should never be more focused on length than health. If you take care of your hair, the length is gonna come with no problem, I promise. So those are all the tips that I have. It's really nothing special. It's mostly techniques. You just have to take care of your hair, be nice to it, and you will see your hair getting longer. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer.
She's been wearing her hair in this gelled back ponytail, so I detangled it a little bit, separated it into 4 sections, and as you can see, I had a lot of product build up, so I just thoroughly rinsed through every single section, and then I go through and I shampoo each section twice, and then I condition the section that I'm currently on, and I roll it back up, clip it out of my way, and move on to the next section. Now, the products that I'm using for her hair are the Dove products. I can't even remember the specific name, but you can see the bottle. With the first round of shampooing, I just focus it on her scalp and like the base of her hair, the root of her hair, and I really get in and scrub just to make sure that I'm getting any gel or leave-in conditioner that was in her hair. I get everything off of her scalp and off the base. And now this is shampoo number 2, so I work it more through her hair, but I make sure I keep her hair pulled straight so it doesn't get tangled up. Next is the conditioning. So I focus this on the base, then I go to the shaft of her hair, and then I put a lot on the ends because her ends tend to get really dried out. So I make sure I try not to like ball them up. I just make sure I put conditioner in my hand and like feather the conditioner through it, and then I'm going to roll this section up and move on to the next section. So after I shampooed and conditioned each section, I go in with the Maya or Mia Rosemary Mint Strengthening Hair Mask, and I do it section by section. And right here, she was so fed up with the water dripping down on her face, but I just go in, start at the roots, and then I work it through the hair all the way down to the ends, and I make sure each strand is very, very saturated. Then I twist it up and put it in a clear shower cap or hair cap, whatever you want to call it, and then I put her under the dryer for about 15 to 20 minutes just so it can really saturate her hair and get into her hair strands. This is her sleep under the dryer, and this is after I've rinsed everything out very, very well. So I go in with BioSilk and the Fantasia Frizz Buster, and I comb that through, keep it into 4 sections because it helps me maintain her hair while I'm blow drying it. This is after the blow dry. As you can see, her hair is very thick from root to tip. This is about halfway through the back of straightening it. This is after everything is all straightened, but as you can see, her ends need to be trimmed very, very badly. So I went in.
At it again, doing what I love. Wall Heroes Live. I have departed me.
She says she don't want no baby. She said I don't want want nobody. I don't wanna date nobody. She dey secure the
My
paper.
handsome
She dey
grandson.
cash out from Ghana. I say to Lagos. She don't need no help. She you notice her. She don't give a damn. She be her own boss. She be fronting like a top star. She never dates no man. She dey ride alone. Girl, her body that figure eight. She got everything she gonna need. She too sad like the rain. Ready to bless man again. Yeah, my girl, you too bad. Nobody can control you. Too bad, you too bad. Nobody gonna control you. Yeah, my girl.
Nice. Inches.
Hey y'all, here's a couple reasons that you should book me, of course. So for one, I shampoo your hair. I know how important that is to y'all. And we got the vibes going on, you know what I mean. We using my own hair brand, All Raw Hair. Thank you very much to the T. 28 inches of full hair, okay? I use all of my own products, adhesive, baby hair foam. Plus, you can get drunk, okay? Who don't want to get that while they're getting their hair done? So, back to this install. This is a closure install using Rich Girl extensions. And this is giving what? Scalp. Mess on scalp. Period, because we trying to figure out how we're going to style her hair.
Either one would be cute.
Because bust down is like giving, but then, girl,
What you want to do?
so we ended up going with a bust down, you know what I mean, with a silk press. And baby, this hair is immaculate. Like, don't play. I take a lot of pride in my hair company, and baby, you can't tell her nothing. Okay?
Cute.